Welcome to class today. My name is Randy. Today we're going to be working on hip mobility. We're going to be working on some get-ups because as we get older, it gets harder for us to get up off of the floor. So we're going to be really intentional about working on that today. It might be handy if that's something that you struggle with to have a light weight, a 3 or a 5 pound weight. A heavy cork block will work. Anything that you can put in your hands that's about 3 pounds would be great. Okay, so just have that handy. You can have it right now at the top of your mat. Everybody, let's come to the top of our mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. You can bend at the knees. This is our first forward fold of the class. Especially if this is your first movement of the day, maybe it's first thing in the morning and you're feeling a little stiff. So let's bend those knees, do some bounces up and down. And just say good morning to our body, hello to our muscles, to our bones, to our fascia. Maybe shake your head left and right. Yes and no. Come to stillness in your spine. Go ahead and ragdoll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae very slowly into a standing position. Good. Sweep the arms up towards the sky. Inhale. Come up onto your tiptoes. Just be here for a moment, stretching your fingertips towards the sky, getting as long as you can from the tips of your toes all the way up to the tips of your fingertips. Good. Sink your heels to the floor, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Bend at the knees. Maybe come down into your deepest squat that you can manage in this moment. So maybe you're hovering a little. And then bend at the knees, forward fold. Ragdoll up. Sweep the arms towards the sky. Inhale. Tiptoes get nice and long. Hinge at the hips as you sink your heels towards the ground. Forward fold. Sink your hips towards your heels. Come into your deepest squat. You can always have something under the feet here to lift the heels if you have some ankle limitations. Forward fold. Ragdoll up. Reach the arms up, tiptoes, inhale. Hinge at the hips as you sink your heels towards the floor. Malasana, sink your hips down. Forward fold. Last time in this little flow that we've got going on, ragdoll up. Tiptoes. Reach the palms up. Hinge at the hips as you sink your heels. Malasana. Sink your hips towards the floor. We're going to roll onto your back, grab behind your hamstrings, and then you're just going to roll up a few times. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to use this momentum and see if we can plant our feet and come on up into our Malasana. All right? So let's do it again. 1, 2. Gets the blood flowing as well, which is lovely. 3. Plant the feet. Malasana. How are we doing? Use as much momentum as you can. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Plant the feet. Okay, grab your weight or whatever you have, sink your hips towards the floor. You're gonna reach your weight forward as you come on to your feet. You can use some of that momentum that you were just using as you reach forward. So sink your hips back, like come back with your chest, rolling. I have my back domed here and my hands are forward, reaching forward and pulling my weight forward, okay? And I'm also like squeezing my, like you do Kegels, you know? So you kind of at the top here, when you're coming through, you're doing a Kegel, or I am anyway. It helps. It helps, I promise. And keep going. So do as many reps of this. Reach your hands forward, come back. All right, and maybe we drop the weight and see where we're at today. See if we got it. If not, you keep working with your weight, okay? Keep working with your weight until you're ready. All right? And also, hands, guys. You can work on with your hands too, but really the weight is just chef's kiss, okay? That really helps you figure out the movement that you need. Forward fold. Hang heavy. Hands come to the floor. You can jump, step, hop, even handstand if you're already ready for it. Your feet to the back of the mat. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Bend at the knees. Jump, step, hop your feet behind your hands. However you want to get there. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Come onto the balls of your feet. Oh, tiptoes. Bend at the knees. Keep your tiptoes where they're at. Keep them up. Keep those heels up. Keep bending down. Keep bending down. Keep bending down. Keep bending down till your hips are at your heels. And then slowly see if you can bring your knees to the mat. Very gently. Hands up, or lift your hips up once you're there. Open up your chest. Goal post your arms, shoulder blades together and down on the back. Release. Hips to your heels, slowly lift up. Bring your heels to the floor. Forward fold. Hands to the mat. Float, jump, step, hop, handstand, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Bend at the knees, jump, step, hop your feet back behind your hands, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. As you come onto your tiptoes, inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees like you're coming into chair pose on your tiptoes, but you're going to sink. Keep nice strong legs here the whole way down. Hips to your heels. And then see if you can gently bring your knees to the floor. Good. From here, lift your hips. Goal post the arms, shoulder blades together, and down on the back. Hips back to your heels. See if you can slowly bring them there with strength. And then lift back up as slow as you can. Sink your heels to the floor. So you're back in your Malasana. Forward fold. Hands to the mat, jump, step, hop your feet back. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Bend at the knees, jump, step, hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Ragdoll up. Come onto your tiptoes, sweep your hands towards the sky. Bend at the knees, so you're coming into almost a chair pose on your tiptoes. Slowly bring your hips down, strengthening your ankles here. And then slowly bring your knees towards the mat. And then lift your hips up, nice and slow and strength-based movement here. Got some quad work in. Shoulder blades in and down on the back, open up the chest. Good. Bring your hips back towards your heels, nice and slow. Lift the knees off the floor. Keep your hips, bring your heels to the floor. Malasana, forward fold. Hands to the mat, jump, step, hop, handstand. Feet to the back of the mat. Up dog. And down dog. Sweep the right leg up towards the sky, inhale, and open your hip. Right heel comes towards the right glute. Press down into your heels of your hands. Oh yeah. Nice and slow, like you're moving through honey, bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sweep the right arm up towards the sky, inhale. Horizon lunge or dragon, whatever you want to call this pose. All 10 toes point towards the right side of the room. Drop your hips. Maybe open up your right leg by pushing your right hand into the knee. Strength through the grounded arm. Don't shrug into it. Lift out of that. Toes point towards the front of the mat. Open up, warrior two. Okay. How we doing? You're doing great. You might need your weight here. So if you want to grab that and just put it to the side of your mat, that's probably where it'll be most useful. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Bend into the left leg. Oh yeah, as you straighten the right. That's it. Feeling rather tight today. Sink your hips to the floor. All right, we're gonna work on our skanda get-ups, okay? So getting up, one leg. Grab your weight or your block or whatever you've got, reach it forward, and we're gonna use that same momentum that we used in our malasana get-ups, okay? So reach your hands forward, roll forward as you pull. Really a lot of energy you're giving to this weight to pull you forward, okay? So you can use some momentum here. You might want to rock back and then reach forward and roll onto your left foot. All right, keep going. Do this a few times. Good, and maybe you drop the weight. Good. All right, this time, come on up. Cartwheel your hands to the front of the mat. Maybe we do a little handstand hop here before we go into our chaturanga. If you don't want to do that, your foot was here. You're just going to put your right foot there. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, okay? We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So maybe you grab your weight and put it on the other side of the mat. Sweep the left leg up towards the sky. Inhale. Open the left hip. Take a minute and enjoy this pose. Nice and juicy hip opening here. If you draw down on your left knee, you might feel some opening in that left quad that feels nice. Left knee comes to the outside of the left arm and then slowly bring those toes down. Sweep the left arm up towards the sky. Inhale. Getting ahead of myself. Find that beautiful opening. Now, swivel your feet so all 10 toes point towards the left side of the mat. Sink the right hip down. Ground down into the left or right arm. And maybe you give a little gentle opening to that left leg with your left hand. low hips. Pivot all 10 toes so they point towards the front of the mat. Keep going with the back leg, opening up to warrior two. Adjust your feet as needed. You have heel to arch alignment here. And breathe. Straighten the front leg, bend into the back, Skandasana. Come on down. Sink your hips to the floor. Grab your weight if you'd like it here. We're working on our get-ups. So you're gonna reach your hands forward with your weight. Maybe use a little momentum. So lean back and then come on forward as you reach your weight forward. Roll forward. Do this a few times and then see how it feels without the weight. Maybe you still need the weight and that's fine too. But eventually you'll get to a place where you don't and you drop the weight. All right, next time you come up, stay up. Ground down into the right foot. Cartwheel the hands forward, frame that front leg. Maybe you do a handstand, maybe you just go into your chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the sky and open the hip. Right foot comes to the outside of the right hand. Open up, sweep the right arm up towards the sky. Horizon lunge. All 10 toes point towards the right as you open that right hip. Pivot the toes, coming into warrior two. Adjust your feet as needed. Gaze over your right hand. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Hips all the way to the floor. And maybe you're using a weight here, maybe not. If you're using the weight, go ahead and grab it. Should be right behind you. And lift up. One, we got 3 of these. 2, one more. 3, lift back up out of it. Warrior two. Coming into side angle pose, sprinkle those right fingertips to the inside of the right foot. Another option is to have your elbow onto your knee or have a block under your hand at whatever height you'd like. That actually feels quite nice today, so I might stay here. Open up those hips. Left hand to the floor, right hand to the floor. You can handstand. You can just go back in to your chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Open the hip. Left toes to the top of the mat. Sweep the left arm up. Open it up, horizon lunge. Come on forward. Warrior two. I underestimated how much I needed hip work today. My hips are really enjoying this. Inhale. Skandasana to the back of the mat. You know the drill. You can grab your weight or not. We're going to do 4 get-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ground down into your right leg. Warrior two. Side angle, whichever variation feels right for your body today. Reach the right arm up, gaze up towards your fingertips. Hands come towards the floor. Left toes come back if you want to play with handstand. Otherwise, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Sweep the right leg up. Inhale, open the hip. Right toes to the front of the mat. Sweep the right arm up. Open it up, horizon lunge. Sink the hips towards the floor. Pivot the feet. Open up, warrior two. Bend into the front leg. Situate yourself. Gaze over your right fingertips. Bend into the back leg as you straighten the front. Sink the hips down. If you want your weight, it's right behind you. We've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ground down into the left leg. Warrior two, coming right into your side angle. Square off your chest towards the front of the mat. You can grab for your weight here. You're going to need it. Put it at the front of the mat. Warrior three. Knee into chest. Straighten the front leg. Ease down. So you're going to bend into the standing leg. Sink your hips back. Maybe you grab that left toe as you sink your hips towards the floor, okay? And now we're gonna work on our pistol get-ups. So one-legged get-ups here. Now, 2 variations that you can try here. You can do what we did with Malasana, right? Rock back, stand onto your leg, see if you can catch the balance at the top, okay? Rock back, stand into the right foot, see if you can catch the balance at the top. All right, so that's one option. Second option is you grab your weight, reach it in front of you, and just like we've been doing, maybe you give yourself a little momentum by coming back first, and then come on forward with reaching the weight forward and pull onto that right leg. Okay, that's option number 2. Option number 3, we go handless. Working on it. 1, 2, wherever you're at, I want you to do 3 or 4 of those. Okay. Bring both feet to the floor. Rock back. Stamp your feet down into Malasana when you come forward. Hands to the mat. Knees can come to the back of the triceps. Gaze between your hands. Maybe you're here. Maybe you lift one foot. Maybe you lift another. Crow pose. Shoot it back. Up dog. Down dog. That was fun. Sweep the left leg up. Open your hip. Bring the left toes to the outside of the left hand. Sweep the left arm up. Open your feet to the left, horizon lunge. Let that right hip sink and just feel how good this feels in your hips. In the sides, oh my gosh. No more Tin Man after today. All right, toes point forward, open up. Warrior two. Adjust your feet as needed. Skandasana. We're going to work with 4 get-ups here. So sink your hips down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ground down into the foot. Pull back into warrior 2 and come directly into your side angle. Oh. Coming into warrior 3. So go ahead and lift out of that. Pivot your foot in. Up we go, warrior 3. Right knee into chest. We're going to see if we can pistol down. Straighten that front right leg. And slowly bring your hips to the floor. All right, we have 3 ways we can work with this. Grab behind the right leg if you want. You don't even have to grab anywhere if you don't want, but keep that right leg straight and then see if you can roll forward and catch the balance at the top. Okay, that's option number 1. Option number 2, you take your cork block, your weight, whatever it is, use that same kind of momentum, just a little bit less, and you're gonna reach forward with your weight. Okay, or you try handsless, okay? And you just go. You can also use that little bit of momentum. Okay, and you're gonna do 3 or 4 of those, whatever one you chose. Go for it. I already did mine, so I'm just waiting for you guys. And you're doing great, by the way. Okay. When you're ready, grab beneath your hamstrings. Do a rock. Plant your feet. Knees come to the backs of your triceps. Hands to the floor. Bend the arms. Pour weight into the fingertips. Gaze in front of you. And then maybe you lift your right leg. And then maybe you lift your left. Elbows in. Wrap those triceps. And you're either going to stay there and just hold it. If you want, shoot it back to chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. If you can't shoot it back yet, that's okay. Just get your feet down, get them to the back of the mat. Chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Okay, come into seated. What better way to wrap up, kind of have a nice juicy hip pose at the end of this hippie, very hippie series, or than double pigeon. We love double pigeon. If you don't love double pigeon and you love single pigeon, you should go there instead. Okay, another option for those of you who want it, cross leg, and you forward fold in your cross leg. So 3 options. If you're coming with me in double pigeon, left foot, left ankle over the right knee over the left, okay? Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Stop when it feels sensational in a good way. You should feel this on your outer right glute. Close down your eyes. If you have a block handy, it's always nice to set your third eye on a block and just kind of give it a little massage. Maybe you get deeper as you hang out here longer. Keep that nice long spine. Focus on your breath. If you find your mind traveling to other places, bring it back to your mat, to your breath. No judgment of whatever your thoughts were about. Just notice them and then release them back into the wild. Haul your hands back up. Swap your feet so you have your legs the opposite direction, no matter which variation you were in. If you're cross-legged, let the left foot go in front of the right this time. Nice long spine. Forward fold. Take it to a depth that feels sensational but not painful. We want that nice juicy stretch feeling. And breathe. Release. Feet come nice and wide. Let them drop over to the left. Some windshield wipers here. Soles of the feet are planted on the ground when they come through center. And then you let them fall left and you let them fall right. Good. Straighten your legs. Wide leg forward fold. Feet peel up towards your face. Nice long spine. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands forward till you find a spot that feels good. And you stay there. Just breathe. Walk your hands back. Let your feet come to the top of the mat as you roll onto your back. Oh yeah. You could take a supported bridge. That's what I'm going to take, or a regular bridge. It's up to you. If you're taking supported bridge, you could sneak a block, whatever height feels good for you under your sacrum. Just let your hips open up here. Let the front body open. We did a lot of flexion with our legs, a lot of compression work. So let's open up our front body a little bit. If you're in this supported bridge, it would feel really nice to lengthen your legs out nice and long. Get a stretch right here where we were flexing so much. If you're with me, walk your feet back. Lift your hips off the block. Let everything come to the floor nice and slowly. If you were in regular bridge, bring your hips down to the floor. Let your knees knock in wide. Cross the left leg over the right. Let your knees fall to the right as you gaze over the left hand. Release, let everything come to center, and then cross your right knee over your left and let your knees fall to the left as you gaze over the right hand. Come back through center as you release your twist. Let the knees come together. Right hand comes to belly, left hand comes to your heart. Close your eyes down, take a deep inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. We're going to release this in 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Inhale through the nose and hold at the top. Release 1, 2, 3. One more time, inhale through the nose, hold at the top. Release 1, 2, 3. Come back to normal breathing. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. I'm going to leave you here for you to take rest and notice your body and where you are now as long as you need to. And I will see you next time.